When I was a child in Ukraine, there was a phrase I used to hear a lot. Моя хата з краю, я нічого не знаю. My house is far from the center. I know nothing. A century ago, this phrase was a tactic for survival. When Soviet regime seized all of Ukraine's crops and ruthlessly executed anyone who opposed them, families learned that to survive, they need to stay far away from the center. This mentality of knowing nothing and doing nothing dates back before I was born, but I got to see it change. I'm 12. It's winter. Mom comes home, and her cheeks are still rosy from the frost. She wears black shoes, a black coat, black everything. Mom is a fashion icon. But I noticed something new and unusual. An orange ribbon proudly tied on her wrist on top of her shiny black leather gloves. The next day, I noticed other people wearing orange ribbons. After school, my dad, mom, sister, and I are all going to a central square of my town, Dnipro. There are so many people, too many to count. I'm shocked. All of them wearing orange ribbons. Then I noticed an elderly neighbor from upstairs, the lady from the grocery store, and my algebra teacher. How is this happening? What are all these people doing here? It's so cold outside. Did my mom start it all? Do I still need to do algebra homework? Orange Revolution became a turning point when Ukrainians stood up for democracy and overturned fraudulent election results. One small action, like wearing an orange ribbon, can lead to other small actions. And these actions together can spark a big change. I learned this lesson at the age of 12, and almost 20 years later, I learned it again. I heard about full-scale invasion of Ukraine while being here at Stanford in my dorm. Half a world away, I was devastated. Russian tanks rolled over the border. Cities were on fire. The airport where I land when I go home, destroyed. Daily routine, classes, purpose, all lost purpose to me. Ukraine was everything I could think about, and there was nothing I could do. I felt helpless. I knew there were other Ukrainians on campus, and my mind reminded me of orange ribbons. More than anything else, I wanted us to be together. I texted a Ukrainian WhatsApp group. If you feel an urge to be together, come to a huddle room. I've put a huge sticky note, "Stand with Ukraine," on the door, and brought kettle for tea. For the first 30 minutes, I was in a room alone. In a sunny and warm Californian afternoon, I felt cold and foreign. But then people started to show up. With their families, friends, even pets, in 2 hours, the room was full of people and ideas how we can help our beloved country. What this group was able to achieve in 48 hours, first month and first year, was nowhere on my mind. Today, I want to share a few learnings from that time that might help you when you feel helpless. The day after invasion, our group of about 15 Ukrainians and our first allies was working on a website. It brought together resources about war and organizations through which people could help. The next day, we realized that website is visited globally, and to get our message far and wide, we need to write in many more languages. It was almost 11 at night, but it didn't stop our undergrads. In a matter of minutes, they texted their friends and a dozen of international students showed up to write in Arabic, Czech, Portuguese, Korean, Chinese. By the end of the night, we had 20 different languages. When other challenges arose, we found an expert already in the room among us, or a good friend of someone in the room. If we shared our obstacles soon, the sooner we found a person eager to be helpful. My learning number 1, ask for help early. In the next 5 days, our group of certainly ambitious but still just students was juggling a variety of ideas. Should we procure bulletproof steel panels in Mexico, or hack the highly censored Russian internet? Then Josh walked in. American ally, veteran, med school student. With an empty suitcase in one hand and an airplane ticket in the other, he said, "I'm flying to Ukraine in 2 weeks. Help me fill the suitcase with what is needed most." With that suitcase, Josh brought us something intangible, yet crucial. He brought us clarity. We would fill a suitcase. And then someone told, "Why can't we get you a plane?" That's how the entire team got a clear, concrete, imaginable idea of filling the entire plane with humanitarian help and medical supplies. Next, Josh and I recorded a video, and we collected $500,000 to charter a plane that brought 32 tons of medical supplies through Poland to Ukraine. The story went viral. Other classmates traveling to Ukraine carried another almost 1,000 pounds of needed supplies. Soon, large NGOs opened free routes to carry donated medicine and medical supplies. My learning number 2, set clear, concrete, and imaginable goals. And it helps if the goal is inspiring. Now you may think that if you ask for help early and work on your clear goal, things are easy, but not quite. Some of us were struggling. Andre is a physics major, and his favorite language is math and equations. However, when he shared statistics and facts about the war, it didn't help his American friends to understand how severe the situation is in Ukraine. He needed to try something different. Then he shared a story about his mother and little brother who were sitting in the bunker for the past month, and people responded. Andre, who was so shy he wouldn't let me take a picture of himself, was now speaking at rallies from his heart. My learning number 3, be ready to stretch to achieve your goals. Fast forward, our group of volunteers brought over $5 million worth of medical supplies to Ukraine. Some of us traveled to Ukraine to bring medical equipment, ambulances, and all kinds of gear. Undergrads launched a website that calls out companies that still operate in Russia. Med school students launched a free telemedicine portal that provides medical consultations and mental help to hundreds of patients. I'm telling you all these stories for a few reasons. I would love it if you donate to causes in Ukraine. But you may have a cause of your own. Addressing the climate change, reducing inequality, helping victims of Turkey-Syria earthquake. Whatever it is, you may feel far away from the center of these issues. You may feel helpless. But in today's world, we're all at the center. Ask for help early. Set clear, concrete, and imaginable goals. Be ready to stretch to achieve them. Your small action may lead to their small action, and together we're capable of a big change. Let's do something great together.